Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at Etrailer, and today we are looking at our Yakima Ridgeback bike rack here on our 2020 Volkswagen Tiguan. So this bike rack is awesome because of the way it allows you to carry multiple bikes and gives you the opportunity to add on accessories like a cable lock for when you want to secure your bike. What we have right here is the 4-bike version, but this also comes as a 5-bike version if you need a little extra space. Okay, so let's take a look at the way our bike is mounted to this bike rack. We have 1, 2, and 3 mounting points. So 2 over here on the top tube, and then we have this third one working as our anti-suede cradle. So notice the sway we have on it right now, and then as we take this off, since this is the first one you would remove for when you want to remove your bike, you press those levers, you pull that zip strip out, and there's suddenly an increase of sway with that removed. So then go ahead, take all 3 of our zip strips out. I do like how nice and easy this is. They are not rubber straps that you need to pull on, but it's a zip strip. Okay, so with those removed, you can then lift your bike up through the arms, right over there, and then you're ready to go on a bike ride. And with our bike out of the way, we get to take a closer look here at our cradles. So Yakima has a bit more of a premium design here when it comes to their cradles. Notice how you have this rubber cushion here on the bottom of their, or on the top of their cradles. They also have this groove on the inside for your bike's brake lines. You also have this zip strip which has a slight cushion on the top as well, since that's going to go over your bike's frame, and these just ratchet down just like that to secure your bike's frame. Pro tip, I recommend as you use this bike rack to switch out the zip strips every now and then. Like if you use this cradle a lot, you can switch the zip strips with your far out cradle if you use it less. So kind of like how you rotate your tires, you can also rotate your zip strips just to get the most life out of them. All right, so with these back into place, here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cradles, and they are distanced center to center at 5.5 inches apart. So that's going to be the distance your bikes will be away from each other. If you do find they have a bit more contact with each other, this comes with a stabilizing strap that you loop around your wheels and your frame and hold them together so they don't sway into each other as much. You do have a 150-pound capacity with the 4-bike version. Now if you're carrying a single bike, or if one bike happens to be at the most 40 pounds, that's okay too, as long as the total that this is carrying is not over 150. Taking a look at the end right over here, you have your signature Yakima bottle openers, and that's just going to be a little extra feature they like to add to their different accessories. Okay. When you have this bike rack on your vehicle, there's going to be some length added to the back of it. So I'm measuring from the back bumper of our Tiguan to the end of those, where those bottle openers are, and it sits at about 40 inches long. Now that's a lot of length added to the back of your vehicle, and it's going to be a little bit more if you do have the, let's say, the 5-bike version. So just remember that measurement whenever you're backing into your garage or parking into a tight spot. Since your Tiguan is already kind of a lengthy vehicle, you're gonna have to keep that in mind. Another feature this has is that it tilts away. So you can do it with the arms up or the arms down, as long as you take your bikes off. So we're gonna bring down the arms. So pull this lever here on top, and that brings your arms down, and then you pull this lever here in the front, right there. So you may need to pull a little bit in order for it to catch. That is a little tricky sometimes. There we go. But you'll hear that catch, and that allows you to drop it to a tilt. So you can see here how our angle for a tilt is actually really, really deep. So you got plenty of space between your door and your bike rack. You can get into your trunk, maybe grab your bags, your helmets, your waters, without having to take your bike rack off. you do still have to take your bikes off, and if you don't like that feature, you can also check out our platform racks that tilt away with the bikes on if you want to have your bikes on in order to while you access your hatch. Okay, so with these arms down, you can see it's a big difference from when the arms were out. So we'll take some measurements just to see the difference it made in terms of length added to the back of our vehicle. From our bumper to the end of the bike rack, which is by these cradles, let's go at the end of that zip strip right there. That's gonna be at 12 inches. So big difference. You definitely want it in this position when you're driving around town. You're not planning on going out for a bike ride, but you also don't want to take your bike rack off. This is the perfect position due to its portability. Closest point is gonna be from those arms again to your bumper. So that's gonna be a distance of about 6 inches away. So plenty of clearance there, no worries at all about this accidentally making contact with your vehicle when you're on the road. With it folded up, notice how our rear window is mainly clear. Our taillights are completely visible since it is a hanging rack. Our backup camera sits right over here, slightly offset to the right, but it is still dead center with our bike rack. So what's gonna happen is you are gonna see that bike rack in your backup camera when you're driving around. So just remember that if that's a big issue for you, we have platform racks that have a U-post design, and that's gonna give you that visibility. But if your focus is being able to carry on 4 different bikes, this still works out. That's just something you're gonna have to trade it for. Okay, this has an 1.25 shank with a 2-inch hitch adapter. And the way this works is this fits into our 2-inch hitch receiver. Because of that adapter, it utilizes a tool-free install. All you need to do is pop it in, use this safety piece that goes into your hitch pinhole, and tighten it down with this knob right over here. So that knob releases a wedge that creates an anti-rattle effect. I recommend shaking your bike around a little bit as you tighten that down, and don't forget to lock it. Because once that anti-rattle thing is there, as you shake your bike rack, you can see how I'm shaking the vehicle, showing how secure that connection is. As you drive around, as you hit those bumps, as you hit those holes, all of that rattle will be from the road and not extra rattle from an insecure or incomplete connection between the two. Now this does have a lock in order to secure the bike rack. If you want to secure the bikes, you can purchase a separate cable lock that installs right here in the back of your bike rack, and that's going to work to go around your bikes themselves and secure those too. Alright, so my final thoughts about this bike rack is I do like how it has that traditional Yakima design. It's sleek, it's sporty, it looks good. This has a 5.5-inch distance away from each other. So like compared to the Yakima back road, which has a full 7 inches apart, it's not as much clearance between your bikes. If you're looking for a premium, comfortable experience for your bicycles, you may be interested in that hanging style rack. But if you're looking for something that brings them quickly, easily, safely, as well as if you get the 5-bike version, the option to carry a bunch of bikes, like you have your car filled up with all of your friends, all of your family, you all want to go for a bike ride, this is still a really good option since you get access to your hatch and you have those nice Yakima premium features. So that was a look at the Yakima Ridgeback bike rack here on our 2020 Volkswagen Tiguan.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. And finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.